Somalia, a nation located on the eastern Horn of Africa, possesses a rich history, intricate clan-based societies, and an enviable coastline along the Indian Ocean. However, despite its potential, it's more often in the headlines for its state fragility, a challenge that's been persistent for nearly 3 decades. State fragility refers to a nation's inability to provide basic services, maintain rule of law, or protect its citizens. In Somalia's case, this fragility stems from a mixture of historical, economic, and political factors, making it a significant concern not just for the country, but for the entire region and the international community. Historically, Somalia's post-colonial journey began with hasty unification processes. The arbitrary borders drawn by colonial powers merged various clans and groups, often with distinct histories and traditional rivalries. This set the stage for clan-based competitions for power and influence, contributing significantly to internal tensions. The military coup in 1969, which brought Siad Barre to power, led to a dictatorial regime that suppressed clans and regions not loyal to the government. By the time his regime was overthrown in 1991, Somalia was already deeply divided along clan lines, with multiple factions vying for dominance. Economically, Somalia's fragility has been intensified by its dependence on a few primary sectors like livestock, remittances, and agriculture. Any disruption in these areas, such as drought or international banking regulations on money transfers, can have ripple effects throughout the country, exacerbating vulnerabilities. Additionally, Somalia's location makes it a prime target for piracy, which, while it has decreased in recent years, has had an enduring impact on its economy and reputation. The lack of a functioning central government for years allowed pirate groups to operate with relative impunity. Politically, the absence of a strong, centralized government has made room for extremist groups like Al-Shabaab to exert influence in various regions. Their control over certain parts of the country has made governance, development, and peacekeeping efforts incredibly challenging. Internally displaced persons, IDPs, and refugees remain a substantial concern. Years of conflict have forced millions to flee their homes, creating a humanitarian crisis both within Somalia and in neighboring countries that host Somali refugees. Furthermore, Somalia's fragility affects the East African region. The spillover of extremism, potential for cross-border conflicts, and the weight of refugee movements can destabilize its neighbors, making it a concern for regional peace and stability. On the international front, concerns about terrorism, piracy, and uncontrolled migration routes make Somalia's state fragility a matter of global interest. The longer Somalia remains unstable, the harder it becomes to contain and address these global challenges. However, it's essential to highlight that despite these challenges, Somalia has been making progress. International partnerships, African Union interventions, and grassroots initiatives are slowly steering the country towards stability. Efforts to establish a federal system of governance have been underway, leading to the formation of federal member states. These states are now playing a critical role in local governance, providing a framework for power sharing and resource allocation. International partnerships have also been instrumental. The African Union Mission in Somalia, AMISOM, a regional peacekeeping mission operated by the African Union with the approval of the United Nations, has been active in Somalia since 2007. Their presence has been crucial in combating extremist groups and providing a semblance of stability in specific regions. Moreover, in the economic realm, there's a growing entrepreneurial spirit in Somalia. With a young population and increasing access to technology, there's a surge in tech startups and innovations, especially in sectors like money transfer and telecommunications. Somalia's diaspora, which spans the globe, plays a pivotal role in the country's reconstruction. They send back billions in remittances, which significantly supports the local economy. Many members of the diaspora are also returning to Somalia, bringing skills, expertise, and a vision for a prosperous future. However, for genuine, sustainable progress, a holistic approach is required. Addressing state fragility isn't just about military interventions or economic investments. It's about building institutions, fostering a national identity, and creating an inclusive political framework where all clans and groups feel represented. It's also about addressing the social scars left behind by decades of conflict. Healing and reconciliation are fundamental. Grassroots initiatives, community dialogues, and traditional Somali conflict resolution mechanisms could play a crucial role in mending the nation's fabric. In conclusion, while Somalia's state fragility is a significant concern, it's not an insurmountable one. With regional cooperation, international partnerships, and a commitment from the Somali people, there's hope for a stable, prosperous future for this East African nation. The journey is long and filled with challenges, but the potential for transformation exists.